the Experience Pros radio show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin' hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG. FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. Angel Tessie, Eric Kramer, helping you establish your business, grow your business using the radio. And excited to have our friend Devin Bewley hanging out with us in the studio today.
Devin is our celebrity of the day. You know, when you're talking about renting and landlords and all of that stuff, this is the guy for you. Mm-hmm. Devin Bewley specializes in landlord stress reduction.
I wish I'd have met him years ago.
I think a lot of people do when they meet him and find out what he offers. He also is offering a free marketing report to ensure that you're getting the right price for your rental. You can download that report or get that report by going to rentalpm.com, rentalpm.com. Devin Bewley, welcome to the Experience Pros radio show.
Thank you, guys. Glad to be here.
Very nice to have you along with us. All right. You say that there are some leading ways to market rental properties. Now, I went out and just did it all my own. I had no idea what I was doing, and I suffered the consequences and subsequently decided to walk away from the house altogether. How can I market a property and be strategic about it, Devin?
Well, one of the top things you can do is have a professional write up the ad for you. That way you're avoiding anything illegal that you might say. You can't say it's a great place for kids. You would think so, but you can't.
You can't say that?
No.
What?
No, you might be discriminating against people who don't have children.
I'm discriminating against people who don't have children by saying it is a great place for those who have kids?
Yes. You might be discriminating against a pedophile, too, for the same reason. Because now there's kids there.
Oh, these are really sticky.
All right, so have somebody, a professional, write your copy.
Yes,
all right.
Definitely.
I don't even know what to say.
Right? Like
you get more bang for your buck that way as well.
Sure.
You're not just babbling about what you think is cool.
Yeah. Okay. So I imagine, Devin, that we do this. Like, this is probably a really big. I'm thinking about, when there's schools in the area, they, family friendly or dog friendly, and like all of
You're
that.
You're discriminating against cats.
We're discriminating. And so what? I mean, I know it's against the Fair Housing Act, but what am I setting myself up for then, as a lawsuit or as a fine, or like what are the bad things that happen when I do the bad things?
She's a discriminator.
Well, for each of the discrimination points you get hit with, $10,000.
Oh.
Okay. This is a big deal. This is a really big deal.
In one ad, it can be very, very expensive.
Okay, you have established the need for a professional ad writer. What other things can we do to market our rental properties?
Get really good photographs of your properties. The more interesting you can make them, the better. What we are just starting doing right now is actual virtual tours. You'll see that a lot in for sale properties, but what they truly are is a slideshow.
Okay, sure.
Ours are not. You can actually put on VR goggles and walk through the home. You don't have to use VR goggles, but they're really cool.
Really?
Yeah, really.
That is really a virtual. I mean, they tout it as a virtual walkthrough, but it is. Like you said, it's a slideshow. It's a picture album, right?
Yes. You
actually have the technology that we can look up, we can look down, and all around and see everything.
Yes.
Not just what the one slide of the picture. Even a panoramic picture doesn't catch everything.
Right. One of the problems with panoramic is that it shrinks the picture down so much that, okay, now what are you really looking at?
Right.
This is truly 360 degrees. You can look straight down and see the tripod that my camera sits on.
All right. Okay. And then you recommend a great number of websites. What does that mean?
A lot of people use Craigslist, which I never do. Too many scams there, but they rely on Trulia and Zillow. That's it.
Okay.
We use YouTube because Google likes looking at itself, and it
It
owns
is true.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, sure.
So it does. We use about 280 different websites that most people have never heard of, but I get a lot of leads out of them. I don't know where people find them. Lovely is one of them. Rentproperty.com is one here locally.
So would it be safe to say that a phone call or a reach out to you would be a solid, good thing if people want to know some of these websites that maybe they want to market their business? A first call to you would be a good idea.
Certainly.
What's the number that people can reach you at?
720-989-1996.
Give that one more time.
720-989-1996.
I think that there's a lot of things that we think we can just do it ourselves. And this is why it is so stressful to be a landlord these days. One, the verbiage, the Fair Housing Act. I mean, we're going to get ourselves in trouble. The scams that are out there on both sides of the table is it can be really expensive. The whole idea behind investment property is I wanted this to be this easy, this easy additional revenue for my family. But instead, I'm getting phone calls in the middle of the night. I'm dealing with, people not paying their rent, or, the water heater going out when I've got my kid's birthday party. It is so stressful when it doesn't really have to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Certainly. Another place that I have a lot of clients that use me, their company or their spouse's company has moved them out of state. They don't want to get rid of their home. Okay, well, they can't just leave it sit there either.
Right.
So let's rent it out. Then they keep the home. It pays for itself.
Let's talk a little bit about charging. And you say that there's people lose money by not charging the proper amount. What goes on there, and how do people find out what the proper amount to charge for their rental should be?
Well, we run comparisons from other properties in the area that have listed on different sites. I've had people that their current rent is, say, $900 and the market area is $1,400. There's $400 or $500 a month. You're just saying, no, I don't need that.
No, I need that.
I'll take it if you don't want it. Right? I'll be happy to take that for you.
All right. And so, again, in order to discover that right amount, you have to look at the comps and be aware of what's going on in the arena.
Just like selling a house, yes.
Okay. All right. Good deal. And you've got a report to make sure that you price your rental just right.
Mm-hmm. Certainly.
And we get that at rentalpm.com.
Yes.
Rentalpm.
How often do you find that people aren't charging the right amount? Don't we get the comps and kind of go with what everybody else was renting, or I don't know, how do people figure it out now?
Well, I find that better than 90% of the people who contact me are under renting.
They're under renting.
Even when they do use some of the other management companies. Not all, but some.
90%. So there's money being left on the table. So the reason you got in was to create another source of revenue, and yet you're not bringing in the amount that you could be.
You're not maximizing it. Yes.
Wow, I think that surprises me. But what happens if we're overcharging? What happens then? I think, well, then I'll just give it extra, right? I'll just give a little padding in there.
If we go over too much, then it'll just sit there empty, which doesn't make you any money either.
Right. Okay.
When we run into that, and sometimes the market shifts and it does that for us, we do some right pricing and we start correcting the pricing a little bit at a time. But we're always very cognizant of, okay, Eric, what's the lowest dollar you need? Where's your bottom line before I have to call you? And you'll give me a top line that may not be reasonable. It may be too low, and I'll go over that. I don't have any owner say, no, don't charge that much. That conversation never happens.
Right.
What I don't want is, I can't afford the house now because we're not getting enough.
That'd be horrible.
Right. And there's so much that I think goes into it now. But once you get all of these pieces in place, right, and you've got your professional and you're working with somebody who posted on a 100+ website, creates an incredible virtual tour versus just the slideshow, and helps you to actually market your rental property, get the right amount for it, you probably want to do that again and again.
Yes.
Yes.
Many of my owners do. Yes.
Right? Because you start to, once you've got it figured out. So if you're struggling, if you're stressed, and this isn't working out for you and you thought it was going to be different, connect with Devin Bewley with Legacy Property Management. Download, go to rentalpm.com for that free marketing report, but then call Devin and let's talk about how to get your property marketed properly. Give your phone number quickly, Devin.
720-989-1996.
All right, folks, that's Devin Bewley. Thank you so much for joining us, Devin.
Thank you,
appreciate you.
Thank you,
folks. Don't go anywhere. More positive business talk right after these messages.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.